welcome back. And I have to say, we are most pleased to be having this conversation this morning. We're joined by three very intelligent children who have topped the PSE this year. And we're going to be finding out more about them, how they were able to make this achievement, and what their plans are for the future as well. So we're joined at this time by Gerson Makhwani, who received the third highest score, and he's from Mary Hill Primary School in Corozal. In the middle, we have Rolando Umana, who tied along with Haley Thurton, and Rolando, is from Inmaculada Primary School, and Haley is from Hummingbird Primary School. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
I love the energy. I love it. So the day came, the day went, and you found out exactly where you placed. Now, what's the feeling like? How do we feel? How do we feel? For you, third place.
Couldn't believe it. My mom didn't speak to me directly. She called my grandmother. I was sitting down watching TV. I was eating lunch. I couldn't believe her. I was like, she's playing a joke. She's playing a joke. My mom is the type of mom that's sort of crazy. I say that not in the sense to be like disrespectful, but she's the fun, outgoing type of mom. So first thing I thought is that she's just being cruel to me. She's pranking me with that. But then when she sends me the table of results, the top 25 via WhatsApp, I couldn't believe it. It was one of those rare moments when you're so happy you don't have words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
And for you to top place. How did you find out? Tell me how you found out.
Well, I was at Old Belize because we were in a school trip.
Okay.
And then the same, I didn't believe it. Like
I told you, your
that-
teacher?
Yeah, I thought the district, but then not the country. I was so surprised.
Really? So the teacher came to you. Come, tell me. What was said?
I was in the bus eating lunch, and then all my classmates rushed in the bus, and they were saying, "Congratulations, congratulations." I didn't believe them. I told them until the teacher tells me, and she showed me the table, and then I had no words.
I wasn't at home. I was getting my hair done for my graduation, and my mom got a call, and someone was congratulating her, and she was, what's happening? What are you congratulating me for? But when she went and she looked up the table and she found it, she was very excited. I was completely shocked. I had no idea that I would do as well, but I was very happy at the time.
That's an awesome graduation gift.
All right.
Now, obviously, you are intelligent children, I'm sure. And I want to ask, how much were you expecting to excel at this level in the exam? Did you know from when you completed it that it was, better than you expected? What were your expectations in terms of your own results?
Well, I was very confident. I didn't think I would do as well as I did, but I was sure maybe top 25, but first place I was not expecting at all.
Mm-hmm.
The same. Like when I finished the first sitting for the first exam, I was a bit nervous because it was all new to me. And when I came for the second sitting, I found it easier, and then I just excelled in the second sitting.
I'm with you. The first time, because you're in a completely new surroundings, you're not in the same classroom.
Yeah.
You're met with completely strange people, invigilators. Mine were very, they were very like kind. I asked them to if I could go to the bathroom. They were always very helpful. They would take you and stuff. But the surrounding was part of what threw many people off, because the first day a lot of people were extremely nervous. They didn't know what to do. I saw some people having like a nervous breakdown.
Wow.
However, the second day, I felt more comfortable in my surroundings. I already knew what to expect. I knew which exams were coming, so I knew I was prepared. There was no way I could have felt nervous.
So tell us about that path. What kind of work did you put in to be able to achieve great results for the PSE? Start in the middle.
Okay. So we worked at school as well. We had great teachers that helped us. They used to give us the past PSEs. And we also had morning classes with our principal and administrators. And also, since my dad's a teacher, I have PSEs at home, so then I used to practice them at home.
Good. And for you, Haley?
We did work with our teachers. They were very supportive. We stayed an extra hour after class, and studying at home as well. So our parents, teachers were very supportive.
Gerson?
Well, we did pass PSEs from the year 2004.
Wow.
We had PSEs almost every day. We used to stay sometimes really up to 5, but usually we went home by 4:30. My class, they had Saturday classes as well. However, I didn't attend because I am Seventh-day Adventist.
Okay.
So, overall, I think there was a lot of hard work, and my teachers were always guiding, helpful. The techniques that they showed me were things I had not learned before, and they really facilitated my exam.
So what was the hardest subject? Let's go back to sitting
Exam
down
day.
in that day. What was the hardest subject for you, and which one was the easiest? Person?
Science. Science was the hardest. It wasn't that hard, but it was the one that had like newer questions.
Yeah.
The easiest one for me was the math multiple choice.
Oh my gosh. For you?
Well, based on the results that I got, for me the hardest one would be the written expression. Due to the fact that I was nervous before that, and when I finished the letter and the story, I said to myself, I could have done better.
You remember what you wrote about?
No.
My hand was shaking.
Oh, wow.
For you, Haley?
For me, I usually struggle with social, so I'd have to say that's the hardest for me. But I did pretty good on it, and easiest would be the math as well.
Wow. That makes you guys very unique because
know.
quite a number of students struggle with math. What do you think you have done differently about being able to excel in this subject? When you look around your class and you see the other kids, what do you think?
Well, the math had many questions that basically you just have to use your common sense. You don't. It's not really. It's like practical stuff.
Okay.
Not all questions are really very difficult that you have to be breaking your head. There
Yeah.
are some questions which are really easy. The answer is just sort of hidden inside the same question.
Yeah.
And so there are kids that are extremely smart, know a lot of things, but like they don't have like practical thinking because the questions were very easy. I'm sure you can agree with me. The
Yes.
questions were very easy.
Wow.
Yeah, so you just have to like remember what you were taught, and you don't really have to do too much working because it's right there, as he said, and you just have to remember what you learned in class and apply that.
Practical thinking, I like that.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of pressure on students when they go into this exam from the school, because the school wants to do well, from the parents, of course, and not everyone is able to cope with taking exams with so much pressure on them. What are your thoughts on how much this exam means in terms of the quality of your education over the past 6 years? Haley?
Well, it means a lot to me, but our school and my parents weren't really pressuring me too much on it. My school was actually not really focusing on that. They were focusing more towards getting us prepared for high school. So there wasn't a lot of pressure for me, but it turned out great, and I'm very happy.
For the pressure, for the school, as Haley said, they didn't give us pressure, but I think I put more pressure on myself than what the school and my parents.
Yeah.
Gerson?
Okay, well, in terms of pressure, the school didn't pressure me as much as my parents. My mom. Wow.
When she wasn't joking, right?
She wasn't joking, exactly. Gerson, you have to get at least 90. You have to do better than I did because you have a better support than I did. In my mom's time, she didn't have any electricity. She didn't have any laptop, any of the electronic things we have. She had to study by a lamp. And so she says, if I was able to get a good grade, you have to do better than me. And so I put that pressure on myself, knowing that I had to excel.
There you go.
Now, I think that's so, it's very interesting that you said that, because I think a lot of times when we think of the amount of work that it must take for children to top the PSE, people just imagine that you're studying all the time. You don't have a life. You don't go to the movies. You don't play video games or watch TV. Is that true?
No, not really. I wasn't studying all day. For me, we did the work in class, the past PSE booklets, and when I was not in school, I went to my steel pen practice, I went to volleyball. So I wasn't all day with my head in a book.
Yeah.
Yeah. The most important thing is to listen. As long as you listen, you don't really need to like study like every night, every day.
Yeah.
But if you review your notes, that's good as well.
Gerson?
Okay, well, I was completely with my head in a book the whole day. So
Really?
You studied
not
a lot.
studying, reading.
Oh, reading.
They pressured us so much at school. They had a lot of work in school, so usually I would take at least an hour and a half just to read a nice calm book, eating a bag of chips or something, just relaxing, enjoying the breeze.
Yeah.
After that, maybe I could study a bit. Sometimes I would do like a binge study, but usually I prefer to study every day, because in the binge study, you wouldn't study for like 3 days, and then for the next 3 days you would do nothing but study. But I preferred studying.
So you did a little bit every day.
Most of the time.
I could see you know, and you read your book, and then you grasp whatsoever the information is. Now, let me tell you guys something. You guys are now idols. There are a lot of kids that would want to be in that position. No pressure on them, but the example must be shown. I want to get back to a regimen of studying, like you mentioned. So for a child who is looking on and say, you know what, I want to excel just like they did. What's your study regimen? Do you is there a specific time of the day you prefer to study, or what's it like for you?
Well, for me, when you're in class, you should really pay attention as much as you can so that you get all the information. When you get home, I wouldn't recommend doing it late at night, because you will stress yourself out, you get sleepy and tired. So do it earlier in the day, so that you have more energy and you're not too tired. So you can grasp the information more.
Yeah. For you?
And also you should go with a positive attitude to school, because there's some people go with a negative attitude and they don't like when they give work, but work is work. And for studying, well, most of the time I study is on Sunday, so I prepare for the week. And I don't do it in the night for the same reason. Mostly in the morning or in the afternoon.
All right. And for you?
Well,
What's your best time of the day?
Definitely in the afternoon.
Like after school?
After lunch?
Right after school. Right where I live, the breeze is just amazing.
Well, don't you get sleepy eating the chips, reading that book?
I love that. He has the perfect setting to study as
Yes.
well. Now, you mentioned something, Rolando, which I think is important. You know, not all kids love going to school, and not all of them love listening in class or even doing homework, even more so. What did you find that you had friends that also worked as hard as you did? Or what did you do when you met classmates that were really, they didn't even care about completing their exercises or preparing for the exam?
Well, when I met them, I used to tell them to at least try their best, like to at least try and aim for a good grade. But some of them like still didn't like give, so just tried to help them when I could.
Gerson, you tell me, what do you do?
Well, I understand that there are some students that they don't like learning, just don't like going to school. They don't like anything about school. And I think part of it could also be the teachers. Like they could get more methods that are more fun to teach, things that the child could enjoy. But a big part of it also depends on the classmates. If a child goes into a class filled with surrounded by negative people, eventually the child will start being a negative person. And so I think it's very important that we as classmates, we collaborate with each other, we help each other out. Suppose I understand this, I help you. And if you don't understand that, I will also help you. But then that could also like be returned. So I help you, you help me. That sense of collaboration.
Yeah.
And Haley, you have a unique perspective because quite a number of your classmates were in the top 25. Does that mean that you were a very competitive class in itself?
Well, we can be competitive at times, but we also help each other out. So we support each other along the way. So this particular exam wasn't like, oh, I'm going to get higher than you. We support each other. We shared our thoughts on the exam, and we go over stuff like that in the class together. So my class is very, they're open to learning new things. So they're not much of the reluctant type, but other students can be like that. But they shouldn't. They should enjoy. They should appreciate and the thought that they're getting information. Some kids don't get the education that they are getting, so they should be thankful, grateful for what they.
Question here: are you guys, you're the top in the country? Are you guys intimidated by other smart kids? Now, the reason why I'm asking this is because it's the reality. Because you're smarter than I am. I tend to be reserved. I'll keep in my space because you're smart. Are you guys intimidated?
Or do you compete?
Do you compete? Yes.
I would be happy for them because they scored great. Like, I'm not the type of person to like have a negative attitude against another person. I would just like congratulate them and thank them.
Yeah.
Because they achieved great.
I like that. I like that. For you, Gerson?
My class is extremely competitive.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's not competitive in the state that we're neutral or hostile to each other, but competitive in the sort that everybody's vying for the top position. Everybody wants to be first, so everybody will struggle and do their best because everybody is wanting to top the other person. But that doesn't stop them from being friends because most of our class, I get along great with most of my classmates.
Most of them.
Most of them,
That's natural. Don't worry.
That's natural. I mean, it's not that I'm not friends with them. You could be friends with everybody in the class, but the thing is that you don't usually hang out with them.
No.
But it's not a sense of being hostile. It's just a sense of just
Yeah.
being calm.
That's the way it is.
Well, I wouldn't be the type to hold a grudge. As you said, you should congratulate them, be very happy for them, and support them. And you shouldn't be jealous or anything, because if you have a chance to do better, so you can choose to improve. So you should be happy for them. Maybe take some notes from them how they got to achieve what they did.
Yeah.
So you really helped out your other classmates as you were preparing.
I tried as much as I could.
Yeah.
They don't always pay attention.
And you can't help that.
So let's get into where we want to go. Now, the high school that you guys have chosen, is it like your first choice or talk to us about that? Where are you going, Gerson?
Corozal Community
Oh,
College.
that's a very good school too. And for you?
I'm going to Makhwani College. I always wanted to go there, and my uncle works there as well. So
Really?
yeah.
I'm going to St. Catherine Academy.
Nice.
Yes, it's my first choice. Yes.
That's
That
your
was
first
your
choice.
first
Yes.
choice.
And what for you? What do you want to be when you're there? When you grow
Well, my favorite subject has always been both science and math, but I think I'll try to pursue a career in science. I have always been extremely interested in medicine, so I have wanted to be a surgeon for as long as I can remember. If I don't have what it takes to be a surgeon, because there are a lot of people, they faint when they see blood and things like that. But if I'm not capable of being a surgeon or a doctor, I would like to revert back to like biology, which tends to do more with animal biology. Mostly marine biology is what interests me.
Wow.
I'm a person who cares deeply about our environment, and especially the marine environment of Belize. We have a very beautiful reef, and so I believe that it is the duty of everybody to protect it.
This guy.
And the way you talk so passionately about that and reminiscing on all your comments on the sea breeze as your perfect environment, you'll be a great marine biologist if that's what you choose. Yeah.
For me, I always had an idol, and my idol was a doctor. So there's a doctor in my local hospital that I really want to be like. I want to be a pediatrician.
Wow, man.
And Haley.
I'm not quite sure what I want to do yet, but I might get into business. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'd also like to master the sciences as well. So I'll see you when I get there.
That's right. There's time.
Yeah.
There's lots of time.
I just love you guys.
And you know, Rolando, you mentioned about role models, and I think that's so important. Who are your role models?
Should I name them?
Yeah, I want to hear his
Yeah,
name. And why? What did he do, or what did you see him do that made you say that's somebody I want to be like?
So my role model is Dr. Kent from Northern Regional Hospital, and he's my role model because when my little brother was smaller, he
Yeah.
had something here. I don't quite remember what it was,
Yeah.
but he performed a surgery
Yeah.
on my little brother, and it all went great.
Saved his life, everything.
Yeah, saved his life.
Excellent, man.
Who's next?
I have several role models.
Tell us
about them.
Well, it's not a person in particular that I want to fully resemble, you know, because I don't want to like fully resemble someone. I want to
Yourself.
Be your own self.
exactly, but incorporate some good traits that the people around me have. For example, my uncle, he's the type of person that's extremely intelligent and creative. I mean, you should see the sort of machines he makes. He's like, he does welding as a hobby, and like he created this contraption full of chains and stuff, and I don't know what, but he puts in a metal, he twists it, and it makes an arc.
Really?
Whoa.
Beautiful.
What's his name?
Mariano Joaquin Dominguez.
Okay.
He has this other contraption which is just it's small like this, and he puts a lot of chains so that you know, more chains, less effort, and you just put a little piece of metal like this long, and you're gonna get a beautiful spiral shape. And I'm like, my little cousin, this small, 6 years old, he can do that. Just twist it. That's how soft it is. He does amazing inventions.
That's an idol of yours.
Partly another part is like my mother. She's hardworking.
Yeah.
I see how she pours. My mother and father, they're both extremely hardworking, and I see how they're working hard to support me and my sister, and then also my aunts.
Okay.
You know, they're very caring. But my greatest role model has to be my grandmother.
Excellent.
She's the one who takes care of me. She's hardworking.
Yeah.
She does everything for me. So I would like to have that sense of being somebody who works hard and sustains the family.
Wow.
Okay.
Man.
And Haley.
Well, I would have to say my parents because they do so much for me. They take us everywhere we have to go, me and my sister and my brother. And they're very hardworking. They get their work done. They come home, make dinner and stuff, get us ready for school the next morning. So I'd have to say they're my role models.
Nice. Now, you know, what I love about what I'm hearing from you is that you are all very insightful about your surroundings, about the people you're interacting with. When you think of your own communities and you think of the wider society, Belize on a whole, you are bound to be a contributing member of the society. If you, at this age, you're what, 11, 12? What would you love to be able to do for Belize in the future?
Ladies
Everything would go your way. Tell me what you wish you could do, contribute, change in this country.
first. Ladies first.
I think he wants to hear your answer.
I guess I would like to change the neglect towards the homeless, and maybe get maybe some contributions for them to get maybe clothes, blankets, foods, and just to get them to a state where they can sustain themselves.
I would also besides being a doctor, I would like to talk to people due to the murder rate, because every time I put on the news, there's at least 1 or 2 murders in there.
Yeah.
So I would like to talk to people, control maybe their anger, maybe because they're angry and they commit murders.
For me, it has to be the health system. I mean, what is a society if it has no healthy citizens? In our country, it's no secret. Everybody knows that in some districts the health system is very poor. In my district, we have a very beautiful polyclinic. Where you have to wait sometimes up to 2 hours to get served. So what's the beauty for? If it doesn't run smoothly as we would wish it to. I mean, sometimes there could be a line of people waiting there, but the doctors, they'll just go for lunch, leave all those people waiting here for a couple of hours more.
Really?
And sometimes you see people who are pregnant, people with babies, elderly, you just have to just wait.
I'm gonna need a moment to pick my jaw up from the floor because you guys are amazing.
You guys rock. I must say that,
Yeah.
But
But let me push a bit further here, because I think that one of the things that we don't get to hear, and this is why I love, we have our valedictorians, we have our top CXC performers and our top PSE performers on this show. And I love picking your brains because we don't always get to hear from children what they think, what they want. And that's my question to you. Do you feel that you have the opportunity, the spaces for you to be able to talk about issues or concerns, whether within your school or the wider community? And would you like to be able to have a bigger or better space to do so?
At school, we can talk like to our teachers,
Yeah.
but like there's no like counselor, so we could. So like our teachers are our counselors.
Okay. Yeah. Gerson, you tell me.
Our teachers and my principal is very open to suggestions.
Yeah.
I really feel I have a voice to like that my opinion will not only be heard but respected and considered.
Yeah.
In Gerson, I'm a part of a child advisory board. I'm
That's
actually the
right.
president, and so that's another one of the organizations that they not only listen to me, but they actually respect my opinion. They consider my opinion, and so they use my opinion to like actually base decisions that will happen in our municipality, not only mine, but of several other children who also form part of the child advisory board.
That's
So
it.
I feel like my voice is heard in the society where I'm living.
That's excellent. And Haley?
My class, we're actually all about debating and stuff. Everyone is open to hearing everyone's idea. Our teacher, she also gets into the conversation at times, and we share our ideas about what's going on in the country. Maybe class, school, and our community. We share our ideas, so we are open to sharing stuff.
Now, Haley, you actually, along with your classmates, started a lemonade stand to raise funds. Tell us
Sweet.
about that.
Yes, it has been going well. I think only if we were to get more people to come out.
Yeah.
Our last one, we hadn't had a wide amount of people to come, but it has been going well.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, one of the things that I think is very important for success with everybody is, besides parental support, is also your sibling support. How many brothers and sisters you have, and what's the support from them?
I have one brother. He's
Younger, older?
He's young.
He's younger, 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, he really likes like helping me, like especially in like studying. He comes and then he like drills me.
Really?
He's
You don't
trying
take a
to
book?
read. He takes a book and he tries to read the big words, but he just tries, and he's great. He's
Now, what in your book would you say is his favorite word that he tries to say?
I don't know.
Not tarantula. and for you, Gerson?
I have a little sister,
Okay.
a year younger than me. She'll be 12 in October. Her name is Dalisa. In terms of support, it's more of an I support her sort of thing.
Which is good.
Yeah, I mean, as siblings, you know, in the future, we're gonna be. I wanna have a sister that's the type of sister that we can get along really great. You know, maybe with my future nieces or nephews as well. The type of person whom I can depend on, a type of person whom can depend on me as well. So I wanna have that very good sibling relationship with my sister. Right now, it's mostly I'm helping her with her studies.
Yeah. Is she as
But-
dedicated to school as you are?
She's in fact, she's much more responsible than I am, and much more creative as well. But she does also take the time to help me. Sometimes late at night I'm doing homework. She'll step in and she'll maybe say, if you want, I'll do a page for you, or I'll copy this down. You just have to fill in the answers. And so she's very helpful. Sometimes she's prevented me from sleeping maybe like half hour later than I would, or like maybe sometimes up to an hour. So she's very supportive of me as I am of her.
Excellent.
I have a little brother, 2 years younger than me. He's 11. As he said, I usually the one helping him with his work, but I also have a twin sister, and she's always taking me up, even when I don't want her to. She's just asking me something out of a book, and sometimes I would complain, but she does help me out.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so great to hear. Now, you've had your graduation. You boys, you've had your graduation yet?
No.
That's coming up. All right. Did you top the class as well?
we haven't been told.
You haven't found out yet, have you?
They told us, but we haven't received like our final average, but they told us.
Now, it's very exciting. It's a totally different experience going into high school. What are you looking forward to the most in leaving behind your primary school setting and entering into a new school system?
I'm more looking forward to the different people that I will meet.
Yeah.
Might not like all of them, but I would like to get to know some of them.
Of course.
I would like to like make friends with them
Yeah.
and like meet the new teachers there and the principals and get used to a different environment.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite part has to be definitely the classes, the learning, because that's the basic reason why we go to high school. I'm not saying that because we should make friends. It's very essential to our social life. However, what I'm mostly looking forward to in going to CCC is learning new things that I like, things that are very interesting.
Yeah.
I've left the primary school things; those are baby things now. So
I
I want to learn. I want to learn.
You
bigger
want the
things.
harder stuff.
Exactly.
Okay. And what are you going to miss the most about primary school?
What do you think you'll be missing the most? Yeah.
I can go home for lunch.
That you can go home for lunch? Why, you prefer Granny's cooking?
Yes, definitely.
Rolando.
For me, it would be the school trips. At Muffles, they have some school trips, but I don't think it's yearly.
Better school trips in
Yeah, better, but I don't think it's yearly as in primary school.
Oh.
I will definitely miss my classmates, like being in a class with them every day, because they are amazing people, like family to me. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, I want to take the time, because we're quickly running out of time, to give you the opportunity to say thank you to whoever may have helped you, somebody who perhaps pushed you when they didn't realize it, said something that encouraged you, and really was instrumental in helping you to get to this achievement. Rolando, let's start with you.
I would like to thank my teachers, from all the teachers that have taught me and those who haven't, for their support. Thank my parents and my family.
What's mom's and dad's name? Tell me.
Isolda Umana is my mom,
Okay.
and Rolando Umana is my dad.
Okay.
All right.
I would like to thank my classmates as well, because they really helped me all throughout the level of semesters.
Yeah.
And I would like to thank God as well.
All right. There you go. Haley?
I'd like to thank my parents, Lydia Thurton and Kevin Thurton. I'd like to thank my sister Abigail Thurton, my brother Kevin Thurton as well. I'd like to thank my teachers, my classmates, and everyone else who has supported me this year.
Firstly, I think I'll go as well. You have to thank God for giving us the life that we have every day. For the blessing, the continuous blessing He has given us to have a family, to even have the opportunity of going to school. Secondly, I would like to thank my whole family. My cousins, my sister, especially my parents, my aunts, my uncle, and my grandmother. Because they were a driving factor in my education. They were always, pushing me to the limit.
Yeah.
Telling me, Gerson, you have to focus on what's really important, and that's your education, and you have to make sure that you get the best out of education, so that our society can get the best of you.
Yeah.
And lastly, I would also like to thank my people go to my school, then the teachers, all those that have taught me. Each one of them left a sense of their feeling. Like there were teachers that they didn't get to teach me, but they would still be around, just saying encouraging words.
Yeah.
For example, my current teacher, Ms. Viola, in standard, 4, I think, when I went to the spelling bee. She wasn't even my teacher, but I found her words were very encouraging. My other current standard 6 teacher is Miss Alicia Ban, also a very good teacher, and my principal, Mr. Petch, who is also a maths teacher, for their amazing teaching techniques, which enabled us to learn the PSE things much better. And lastly, to my classmates, because we helped each other out, we worked hard, and the hard work paid off.
I'm sure that Chips on that book is jealous right now. Didn't say thanks to them. Only kidding with you.
So what's the reward for being a top achiever?
PS,
I love
PS4.
Rolando's smile. Tell me.
Well, Congratulations as well. And I was surprised once when I went to mass, and then the priest called me up front.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
You're the
wow.
most popular guy now in school. Really?
Well, I haven't really gotten anything yet, but
Something's
I'm
coming.
sure you were featured in your graduation or at school.
oh yes, at school.
What does that feel
yes.
like?
Feels really good. Yes.
Hey, you didn't send your twin sister up and then you stayed up. Excellent.
Gerson?
Bag of chips and a book.
There you go.
And they don't have to tell you to go study. You can stay.
All I need to be happy. I don't need a PS4. I don't need a laptop. I don't need that sort of things. I want a chips and a book.
That's it.
Maybe a Coke. All I need.
And what's the plan for the summer?
Summer.
There's some fun involved, right?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to go to another Caribbean island to do some missionary work if all goes as planned. I'm gonna be heading there, then back here for summer classes.
Well, as soon as we come out, as soon as we graduate, then there will be 1 week of holiday, and then we'll start summer classes.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Back in the
1
grind.
week.
We don't really have anything planned yet, but I would like to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys have earned it.
Yeah,
I
let's
hope
hope it
so.
works out, man.
But thank you so much for waking up early and coming here and having this conversation. And we expect to have you back on this couch in some other capacity because I'm sure you all will continue to excel. Thank you.
Thank
And
you as well.
congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
We are going to go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by representatives of Smart Belize. So stay tuned.